Hey everyone, it's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel, Palpable Pages. So today I wanted to talk about this book. It's called What Lies in the Woods. It's by Kate Alice Marshall. This book, thriller suspense novel, I saw it in the break room at work. We kind of have that thing set up where like people can like bring books in and people can like borrow them and take one, leave one kind of thing. We have that like all over this whole state, like little like I call them bird boxes. They look like little houses made of wood, and they're like at every single park. And it's kind of like you take a book, you leave a book, and it's at every park. They have one at my kids' school. They're all over, and they even do that kind of thing in like every single break room at work. So I seen this one in there, and I was like reading the inside description of the book, and I was very intrigued. I wanted to read it, and I ordered it off Amazon. I believe it was $26 on Amazon for a hardcover. They didn't have any paperback options that I saw. Yes, this book, What Lies in the Woods. I love the title. The title says, it's like something lying in the woods, or is it lies, like people tell in the woods? Like, which is it? Is it both? Once you read it, it's very clever for a title. This book, thriller suspense novel, it's a very good storyline. I like the characters, even though there are a lot of characters. It's based in a small town, so it's like, is it kind of small town cover-up kind of vibes? Like I was kind of curious, like where's this gonna go? Because there's so many people. Like you have the main three characters is Naomi, Cassidy, and Olivia, and they're three best friends, and they're little. They're like younger girls, and they're older women. So it's like the book goes like back and forth between past and present. It's talking about now that they're all grown adults, and then it goes back to flashbacks to give you kind of ideas of storylines for the characters of like what happened, how do they get to where they are, and also like discovering memories that just kind of pop themselves up in the future that is slowly like clearly coming to one of the characters. So it's about those three girls, but then they each have their own like families, of course, so you have to remember the characters of all their families. And then they have other supporting characters like the sheriff, and then like the sheriff's boss, and then like the one of the girl, her family has like a son, and then he has a best friend, so like they're in the book. And it's a little bit like there's a lot of characters to remember, but it paints it in a very clear way to where like you understand who's who. And more than anything, I think my favorite thing about this book is just the descriptive writing. I like, even just on the first page, I'm just gonna read you a little snippet from the first page. It says, "There is a wilderness in little girls. We could not contain it, and made magic of the rain and a temple of the forest. We raced down narrow trails, hair flying, wind wild behind us, and pretended that the slender spruce and hemlock were still the ancient woods that industry had chewed up down to splinters. We made ourselves into warriors, into queens, into goddesses. Fern leaves and dandelions became poultices and potions, and we sang incantations to the trees. We gave ourselves new names: Artemis, Athena, Hecate. Conversations were in code or letters filled with elaborate ciphers, and we taught ourselves the meanings of stones." Like the whole like book is very descriptive, and I'm very drawn to the writing. Like I want to like highlight. I'm not one of those people that can like draw and highlight in books. I can't do it. But there was times I was tempted to like highlight passages because I just thought the writing is very beautiful. And through the book, there's lots of like little quotes here and there, I think, that she like brought in that were really neat. But yeah, so I love the writing in the book. And in this book, I gotta say, they have a lot of different plot twists. They have a lot of different times when like I think I have it figured out, and then you don't. And then like it's about three girls. The main character, Naomi, you'll learn very quickly that she gets stabbed 17 times in the woods, and the three girls were playing, and like it's a cover up, or is it like a mystery, like what's going on, because she lost her memory, and I don't think she knows what really happened to her, and she's trying to slowly uncover what happened to her. But at first my initial instinct was like, oh, it's three girls, they killed their friend, why do they do this? Because there's that story that's in the media about the girls that just killed their friend in the woods. But it's so much more than that. There's a plot twist and a plot twist and a plot twist, and there's so many characters, and like everybody has secrets. Like this girl has a secret, and like some people know about it, but then she doesn't know about this person's secrets. So they know a little bit about this, but they don't know everything in this person's secrets, and they know a little bit about this, but they don't know everyone's secrets. And so everyone knows a little bit of something, but nobody knows the whole story of everything on every character. And it's like there's a lot to keep up with. There's a lot of tangles in the web here. So many different lies and cover-ups and secrets that are going on, and there's so many different plot twists. And I liked the way the story ended. I liked the cross, double cross, not cross, now double cross. Are you crossing me? I can't tell. like it's a psychological thriller, definitely, because it throws you off balance in a lot of ways. But more than anything, I remember being little and like playing in the woods with my friends, like me and some of my friends that were girls. We'd go into the woods and we'd play around the trees and the rocks and the moss, and we'd like pretend that we were certain characters or that we had powers or you're magical. Like we would, we'd play pretend in the woods just like everybody else and tell spooky ghost stories in the evening, like before dinner time, and sun's going down, it's getting dark, and then you hear something and then you're like tripping out over it for a while and you're creeped out. And so that brings back a lot of memories for me and my friends growing up. But even if you're not a girl that plays in the woods, it's still like the writing is so good. The plot twists are so good. It's definitely worth the read. I will say a little bit about the inside cover here. Says that she miraculously survived 17 stab wounds, and she did live to identify the man that hurt her, but her testimony put away a serial killer, and he was wanted for murdering 6 women. So these girls were considered heroes, but then they were also liars. And for decades, these friends have kept the secret worth killing for hidden in the forest. Now one of them, Olivia, wants to tell the whole story, tell the truth. It's eating her alive. Then she goes missing. And Olivia, she goes missing. No one, Naomi has to figure out what happened to her best friend. Naomi, the one that was stabbed. She's very confused about everything going on. And Olivia, when she goes missing, she's trying to uncover like what happened to her friend. And then there's like media involved and reporters, and so a lot of plot twists. Very good book. It is definitely not what you think it is. If you think you have it figured out, you don't. You just don't. Invest time in this book, and I hope this book review was helpful for you guys. Like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing more book review posts from me, and thanks.